All right. So last class, the last thing that we were doing was synapse, and we finished with the neurotransmitters. Yeah. Uh, any research question that was given? You want to discuss that? Anyone wants to discuss any research question that was given? You can just type it. Okay, I guess that there was one. Um, so we will quickly start with our today's session, and that is the next tissue, which is called the muscular tissue. Okay, muscular tissue, also known as muscle, comes from two words: mus, which means mouse, and kal means small. So a muscle looks like a small mouse. That is why it was called muscle. Yeah. Second point. Muscular tissue muscular tissue is a tissue which is derived from the middle germ layer. So our embryo has three germ layers: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Muscular tissue is derived from mesoderm. That is the middle germ layer. So two tissues are derived from mesoderm: connective tissue and muscular tissue. Both of them are derived from mesoderm. Okay. Next, what is the muscular tissue famous or known for? Muscular tissue has the concept of contractility. What is the meaning of the word contractility? Whenever a muscular tissue receives electrical impulse, whenever a muscular tissue receives electrical impulse, okay, it will contract. It will contract. So either a muscular tissue, either the muscle is contracting or relaxing, or the muscle is either a muscle is contracting or it is relaxing. When a muscle is not contracting, we say it is relaxing. So when it receives electrical impulse, it will contract, and when it does not receive electrical impulse, it will relax. Okay. Then muscular tissue forms 40% of the body weight. Now connective tissue is the most abundant tissue that only forms 30% of body weight. So this muscular tissue or muscle is actually heavier. It's not abundant, but it is heavier. It forms 40% of the body weight. Okay. So this is all about muscle derived from mesoderm. It has the power of contractility. It receives electrical impulse. That means it should always receive electricity. And we were doing the stimulus response cycle. Muscles behave like effectors. Effectors means if the body wants to bring about any response, the response will be brought about by muscular tissue only, right? So that is in general about muscular tissue. Then we move on to the types of muscles. Okay. Now some muscles are attached to the bones. So they are attached to bones, okay, or cartilage. Now, what do bones and cartilage form? Come on. Bones and cartilage will form the internal framework of our body. Can you write what is the one word for internal framework of the body? Very good, Ritisha. Very good, Shruti, Riya. Devangi, correct. So it's called skeleton. Yeah. So internal framework of the body is called skeleton. Hence, these muscles are called skeletal muscles. So these muscles are called skeletal muscles. All right. Whereas some other muscles are present in the wall of internal organs. In the wall of internal organs. So what are the various internal organs which will have muscles? Okay. Now think of all the internal organs which can contract and relax. Okay. Tell me which are the internal organs which can contract and relax. Very good. Stomach. Yeah, absolutely correct. Heart. Right. What else? Devangi, heart is correct. Okay. What else? Ritisha, esophagus. Very good. Intestine. Shruti, very good. So I can say the entire alimentary canal. Alimentary canal matlab esophagus. Yeah. So digestive system ke sare. Esophagus. Then there is stomach. Then there is small intestine. Then there is large intestine. Okay. So all these are made up of muscles. So what other organs are made up of muscles? Now lungs don't contract and relax. Okay. They just what happens in them is a different thing altogether. They don't have muscles, so lungs don't contract and relax. Yeah, they expand because of entry of air. Yes, diaphragm is also a muscle. Now the wall of internal organs, the other one include blood vessels. Okay, they can become narrow. Then there could be ureters of the kidney, then urinary bladder. Okay, that also contracts and relaxes. Then in females, there is a mother's womb, which help in contracting the muscles will contract and throw the baby out. So these are all the muscles which are present inside the organ. Liver also does not have muscles. Okay. So these are present in internal organs. Internal organs in Latin is called viscera. So these muscles are called visceral muscles. So there is skeletal muscles and then there are visceral muscles. Now there is a special type of visceral muscle which initially many people said they are kept separately because their structure is slightly different from the rest. So they are called cardiac muscles. Okay. So what are cardiac muscles? They are muscles present in the wall of the heart. You can't say the muscles present in the heart, in the wall of the heart. What is present in the heart? Blood is present in the heart. Okay. Blood is present in the heart. Okay. So there are three category of muscles: skeletal muscles, then we have visceral muscles, and then there are cardiac muscles. Skeletal muscles, visceral muscles, and then we have cardiac muscles. Okay. Now, what are skeletal muscles? These are muscles which help in. So what is their function? They help in movement and locomotion. So any kind of movement in the body, or if the organism wants to move from one place to the other, they basically do it with the help of skeletal muscles. Then what is visceral muscle? Now visceral muscles ka always the function will be to contract in such a way as to push things forward. Okay, like in esophagus it will push food forward. In blood vessels it's going to push blood forward. In ureter, urinary bladder, it's going to push urine forward. In the uterus it's going to push the baby out. Okay, now this kind of movement, so ये movement कैसा होगा? Let's see. Now say for example there is a tube, okay, containing visceral muscles, और यहाँ पे से food particle है, ठीक है? Let's consider the food particle. So what will happen is the area just in front, or rather just behind in this diagram, will contract. मतलब there will be contraction here. So the moment there is contraction here, what will happen? The food particle will now move forward. तो पहले, so it will now move forward. है ना। तो पहले कॉन्ट्रैक्शन इधर हुआ था, फिर क्या होगा, वो कॉन्ट्रैक्शन उधर रिलीज हो जाएगा, रिलैक्सेशन होगा, अब नया कॉन्ट्रैक्शन इधर होगा and it will be pushed forward. So the entire tube, if you see, is not going to be contracted as a whole. The entire tube will be contracted in the wave of contraction. What is the meaning of the word wave of contraction? मतलब इधर पहले कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होएगा, फिर ये सीधा हो जाएगा, फिर ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होएगा, फिर ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होएगा, फिर ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होएगा, फिर ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होएगा. सो ऐसे उसका वेव ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्शन होगा. So basically visceral muscles always produce a wave of contraction, and that wave of contraction is called peristalsis. This wave of contraction is called peristalsis. Okay, the wave of contraction is called peristalsis. Yes, Ritisha, you are correct. Okay, now what does cardiac muscle do? So when cardiac muscles, basically cardiac muscles help in what? Transport of blood. Okay, so cardiac muscles help in transport of blood. Now contraction of heart. Now you would have studied this in school. Contraction of heart is called systole. So this word is only used for the heart. Contraction of heart is called systole. Do you know what relaxation of the heart is called? Come on, in the chat box write down. Contraction of the heart is called systole. What is the relaxation of the heart called? Very good, Shruti. Very good, Ritisha. It is called diastole. D-I-A-S-T-O-L-E. So basically, the heart will contract and relax, and the contraction of the heart will be called systole, whereas the relaxation of the heart will be called diastole. So with the help of contraction and relaxation, it actually helps in uh, pushing or transport of blood. Now tell me, out of these three muscles, which of these muscles out of the three, they are under your control? Which of these muscles are under your control? Matlab, they will move when you want to move. They will not move on their own. They will move only when you want to move. Very good, Riya, Ritisha, Shruti, Aman, Samruddhi, and Devangi. Absolutely correct. Skeletal muscles move under the control of our willpower. So they are called voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles matlab they move under the control of our will. So we can control it. So they are called voluntary muscles. But visceral muscles and cardiac muscles are not under our control. Yes. So they are called involuntary muscles. Okay. So even the cardiac muscles are involuntary. है ना? Visceral muscles are involuntary, cardiac muscles are involuntary, skeletal muscles on the other hand are completely voluntary. They are under our control. Now what is the reason for this? The reason is the nerves that reach there. Now we know this, that all muscles need nerves. Okay. Now a muscle cannot work without a nerve. It will contract only when electricity reaches it. So visceral muscles are innervated. Innervated means the nerves that enter it are autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system matlab sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. Autonomic nervous system, sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. Similarly, even the heart will receive autonomic nervous system. That is why they are involuntary, because autonomic nervous system का काम ही है वो organ को involuntary करना. Okay, whereas skeletal muscles will receive nerves from the peripheral nervous system. So peripheral nervous system से जो muscles आएंगे उसको हम बोलेंगे, जो muscles को मिलेगा वो skeletal muscles होंगे. So that is why they are related. Peripheral nervous system से controlled है. That is why they are called skeletal muscles. That's why they are called involuntary muscles. Visceral and cardiac muscles are involuntary. Skeletal muscles are voluntary because they are controlled or they are supplied by peripheral nerves. Visceral muscles and cardiac muscles are involuntary because they are supplied by autonomic nerves. Okay. Some more distinguishing features of the three. So we are discussing skeletal muscles. Okay. Then we are going to have visceral muscles. And the third one is going to be cardiac muscles. Okay. So skeletal muscles, visceral muscles, and cardiac muscles. Now, what is the next point? Now, out of all these muscles, cardiac muscles are fast. Okay. Visceral muscles, their contraction is slower than skeletal muscles. And cardiac muscles, they are the slowest. Okay. So in terms of the action activity, skeletal muscles will contract and relax faster as compared to visceral muscles, as compared to cardiac muscles. Also, the skeletal muscles will get easily fatigued. So they are easily fatigued. That means they get tired easily. Now, visceral muscles also get tired, but they are less easily fatigued. So they are less easily fatigued. Means वो fatigued होते हैं पर थोड़ा उनको time लगता है. And cardiac muscles will never ever get fatigued. So they never get tired. So right from the time we are conceived, when our heart is formed, it starts beating till we die. It continues beating without getting tired. Okay. Now, what is the cause of fatigue or tiredness in a muscle? The cause of fatigue in a muscle is generally accumulation of an acid called lactic acid. And lactic acid cannot be accumulated ever in a cardiac muscle. Lactic acid is never accumulated in a cardiac muscle. Okay. So that's about how fast they are and what happens and how they're easily fatigued. Okay. Then our next point is about their cells. Now remember, muscle is an organ. Okay. So we just described three muscles. They were organs and they will have cells in them. So skeletal muscle is an organ which will have cells. Now the cells in the muscles, all the cells in the muscles, they are thin and elongated. मतलब एकदम पतले होते हैं और लंबे होते हैं. They are thin, elongated. तो visceral muscles में भी thin और elongated cells होते हैं. The cells of visceral muscles are also thin, elongated, and the cells of cardiac muscles are also thin, elongated. Okay. They are thin, elongated. Now, because the cell looks like thin and elongated, मतलब ऐसा पतला है और लंबा है, ये ऐसा एक सेल दिखता है, तो ये थ्रेड जैसा दिखता है या फाइबर जैसा दिखता है. That is why we call this as skeletal muscle fiber. We call this skeletal muscle fiber. This one will be called visceral muscle fiber. Remember, a muscle fiber is actually a muscle cell. and this is going to be called the cardiac muscle fiber. Okay, so skeletal muscle fiber, visceral muscle fiber, and cardiac muscle fiber. All of them are thin elongated cells. Okay, but what will be the difference? Let's try to visualize them. So this is thin elongated and it looks like this. Okay, thin elongated and like this. Visceral muscles on the other hand will look like this. It's thin elongated, but it is like this. And cardiac muscles are also thin elongated, but it appears something like this. Okay, so this is how one cell looks like. So if you look at visceral muscles, one striking feature is that their ends are pointed. Okay, so these thin elongated cells are with pointed ends. Can you tell me the scientific shape of a structure which is pointed at the ends and thick in the center? Very good. वेरी गुड देवांगी, वेरी गुड रितिशा. सो इस शेप को हम बोलते हैं स्पिंडल शेप. स्पिंडल शेप या दूसरा एक नाम है इसका फ्यूजिफॉर्म. सो विसरल मसल फाइबर्स आर थिन इलोंगेटेड बट विथ पॉइंटेड एंड्स, या उसको टेपरिंग एंड्स भी बोल सकते हैं. हेंस द शेप ऑफ द सेल इज स्पिंडल शेप और फ्यूजिफॉर्म. ओके, whereas skeletal muscle fibers have blunt ends. ब्लंट एंड का मतलब होता है नॉन टेपरिंग. ब्लंट एंड का मतलब होता है नॉन टेपरिंग एंड. इवन कार्डियक मसल्स अगर आप देखोगे तो उसका जो एंड्स है दे आर ब्लंट. सो दे आर ब्लंट एंड्स और नॉन टेपरिंग एंड्स. ब्लंट एंड्स और नॉन टेपरिंग एंड्स. ओके, so this is very very important. Yeah, now when we carefully look inside it for the nucleus, this is how the nucleus is seen. Yeah, this is the nucleus of a visceral muscle. This is the nucleus of a cardiac muscle. So what is the property? Single, central, and oval nucleus. Single, central, oval nucleus. In cardiac muscles also there is single, central, oval nucleus. In fact, in most of the cells of our body there is single, central, oval nucleus only. But when you look at the skeletal muscles, the nuclei are present like this. So this is how the nucleus of these cells are going to look like. Okay, so definitely it is not single. One cell has multiple nuclei. Also, they are not towards the center, they are peripheral. So they are multiple, peripheral, and rod shaped. It's not even oval, it's rod shaped nuclei. So one cell of visceral muscle has one nucleus, one cell of cardiac muscle has one nucleus, but one cell of skeletal muscles have multiple nuclei. Now this multinucleated condition, so any cell which is multinucleated, उसको scientific एक नाम है, उसको हम बोलते हैं सिंसाइटियम. मतलब लोग ये सोचते हैं कि शायद ये पहले छोटे छोटे सेल्स रहे होंगे जो फ्यूज करके एक बड़ा सेल बन गया है. सो इट इज कॉल्ड सिन, SYN, साइटियम. साइटियम का मतलब होता है सेल, या इसको बोलते हैं सीनोसाइटियम या सीनोसाइटिक न्यूक्लियाई. सीनो का मतलब होता है न्यू, एवोल्यूशन में ये नया है. नॉर्मली COENO, सीनोसाइटिक न्यूक्लियाई। नॉर्मली एक सेल में सिर्फ एक ही न्यूक्लियस होता है, ओके, बट इसमें बहुत सारे न्यूक्लियाई हैं, तो एवोल्यूशन में ये नया है, दैट इज व्हाई इट्स कॉल्ड सीनोसाइटिक न्यूक्लियाई। ना ये वर्ड्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, नीट में 4-5 बार पूछ चुके हैं, ओके। सीनोसाइटिक और सिंसाइटियम। सीनोसाइटिक या सिंसाइटियम मींस मल्टी न्यूक्लिएटेड, ओके। Xenocytic या syncytium means multinucleated, okay, and that is seen in skeletal muscles. Also, when I observe the skeletal muscle, okay, मुझे skeletal muscle में ऐसे alternate light and dark regions दिखते हैं ऐसे, okay. Of course ये मेरा ये लाइंस के बाहर जा रहा है, बट सेल को मैं ऐसा देखूंगा तो मुझे ऑल्टरनेट लाइट एंड डार्क रीजन्स दिखाई देते हैं। विसरल मसल में मुझे ऐसा कोई ऑल्टरनेट लाइट एंड डार्क रीजन नहीं नजर आता है, बट कार्डियक मसल्स में मुझे हल्के से, मतलब जितना स्ट्राइटेड में है उतना नहीं, पर हल्का दिखता है स्ट्राइएशंस, ओके। सो मेरे को स्केलेटल मसल्स में मुझे क्या दिखते हैं, वेल डेवलप्ड स्ट्राइएशंस, ओके, वेल फॉर्म्ड स्ट्राइएशंस, well formed striations, okay. Then visceral muscles have no striations, तो इसके लिए उसका मसल भी striated नहीं दिखता है। एंड कार्डियक मसल्स में हम बोलते हैं देयर आर फेंट striations, ठीक है। कार्डियक मसल्स में बोलते हैं देयर आर फेंट striation। ना याद रखना, स्केलेटल मसल और कार्डियक मसल दोनों में स्ट्राइएशंस दिखते हैं, बट वेल डेवलप्ड स्केलेटल में है, इसीलिए स्केलेटल मसल का दूसरा नाम स्ट्राइएटेड मसल भी है। So skeletal muscles are also called striated muscles. ना कंफ्यूज मत होना, सपोज अगर आप क्वेश्चन में स्ट्राइएटेड मसल पूछा है तो आपको हमेशा स्केलेटल मसल ही लेना है, ठीक है। कार्डियक मसल में फेंट स्ट्राइएशंस दिखता है, पर नाम स्ट्राइएटेड मसल, ये नाम सिर्फ स्केलेटल मसल को बोला जाता है। मतलब स्ट्राइएटेड मसल्स हैव वेल डेवलप्ड स्ट्राइएशंस, कार्डियक मसल्स हैव फेंट स्ट्राइएशंस, ठीक है ना। Now, visceral muscles, on the other hand, have no striations, so they are also called smooth muscles. Okay, visceral muscles have no striations, and they are also called non-striated muscles or smooth muscles. Okay, याद रखना, skeletal muscle और cardiac muscle दोनों के पास striations होते हैं, लेकिन अगर क्वेश्चन में आया striated muscle और आगे पीछे कुछ नहीं लिखा है, तो you have to assume that they are asking you about skeletal muscles only. Yeah, so तीनों के जो cells होते हैं, they are thin and elongated. That is why they look like a fiber, hence they are called muscle fibers. These muscle fibers of skeletal muscle cell are blunt, they have non-tapering ends, but they have multiple peripheral rod-shaped nuclei. Multiple nuclei is also called, multinucleated condition is also called syncytium or cenocytic condition or cenocytic nuclei. Visceral muscle, on the other hand, are thin, elongated. They have pointed ends. They, because they have pointed or tapering ends, their shape is like a spindle, so they're called spindle shape or fusiform. Okay, they have a single central oval nucleus and they don't show any kind of striations. Cardiac muscles, on the other hand, have blunt ends. They are non-tapering. They will have a single central oval nucleus and they show faint striations. Now, there is one unique feature which is found in cardiac muscle, which is not found in visceral and skeletal muscles. वो diagram में दिख रहा है. Can you tell me which is that? What is that feature जो cardiac muscle cell में दिखता है, but बाकियों में नहीं दिखता है? तीनों डायग्राम देख के बताओ. Very good देवांगी, very good श्रुति. That the cells are, very good Ritisha, the cell is branched. What is the meaning of the word branch? देखो इसके दो branches ऐसे निकल रहे, right? So branching of the cell, right? Now let's look at one cell in detail. One cell in detail देखते हैं, one skeletal muscle cell देखते हैं. Okay, so we are going to have this one skeletal muscle cell. Yes. Now the cell membrane. Okay, the membrane or the covering of a cell is called cell membrane. Cell membrane का दूसरा नाम है plasma lemma. Okay, cell membrane का दूसरा नाम है plasma lemma. So the membrane which is covering the skeletal muscle here. So अभी हम लोग skeletal muscle detail में कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? So what I have drawn is a skeletal muscle fiber. Okay, so the covering of the skeletal muscle fiber is called sarcolemma. Now remember, there are two words associated with muscles. Sarcology is the study of muscle, or the study of muscle is also called myology. So अगर कोई भी prefix myo या sarco का होता है, तो it literally means muscle. Okay, so the membrane covering the skeletal muscle is called sarcolemma. Yeah, the fluid inside the sarcolemma. Yeah, the fluid inside the cell membrane is cytoplasm, right? So cytoplasm of the muscle cell is called sarcoplasm. Cytoplasm of the muscle cell is called sarcoplasm. Now within this muscle cell, there are going to be multiple rod-shaped nuclei like this. There are going to be multiple rod-shaped nuclei. है ना? There are going to be multiple rod-shaped nuclei. ना हमको ये मालूम है, लोअर स्टैंडर्ड्स में हमने पढ़ा है कि न्यूक्लियाई, एक न्यूक्लियस का एक मेम्ब्रेन होता है जिसको हम बोलते हैं न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन, और न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन से एक सीरीज ऑफ ट्यूब्यूल्स शुरू होता है, और उस सीरीज ऑफ ट्यूब्यूल्स को क्या बोलते हैं बताओ? सपोज ये अपना न्यूक्लियस था और ये ट्यूब्यूल्स थे ऐसे, है ना, और ये सेल मेम्ब्रेन तक, ये अपना सेल मेम्ब्रेन है, राइट? सो ये ट्यूब्यूल्स का क्या नाम है? चलो स्कूल में पढ़ा होगा, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अ सेल. कम ऑन, दे फॉर्म अ नेटवर्क. ना रिया, रितिशा, यू आर करेक्ट, एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. It is a network inside the cytoplasm. So something reticulum नाम है इसका. Reticulum का मतलब होता है नेटवर्क. नहीं? So this is found in all eukaryotic cells. Yes, Aditya, you're correct. It's called endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Now endoplasmic reticulum इसमें भी होगा. अब ये डायग्राम थोड़ा सा ये हो जाएगा, इसके लिए मैं बना नहीं रहा हूँ, बट ये न्यूक्लियस है और ये एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम है, ठीक है? तो इसके पास भी एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम है. सो एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम ऑफ द मसल इज कॉल्ड सार्कोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम. रेटिकुलम का मतलब होता है नेटवर्क, एंडोप्लाज्मिक का मतलब है इनसाइड द साइटोप्लाज्म. So it is a continuation of nuclear membrane and it connects the nuclear space to the outside. Okay. So sarcoplasmic reticulum is the name of endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Now important thing about sarcoplasmic reticulum is that it is a storehouse of calcium ions. ये याद रखना, ये हमको बाद में इसकी जरूरत पड़ने वाली है. Okay, so it is a storehouse of calcium ions. Now in this, there are also going to be the energy house of the cell or powerhouse of the cell. Come on, tell me, what is the powerhouse of the cell? Which cell organelle is called the powerhouse of the cell? Very good, Devangi, Ritisha, Shruti, Shantanu, Samruddhi, Anushka. वेरी गुड, इट्स कॉल्ड माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, सबने सुना है इसके बारे में. इनफैक्ट माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया was first discovered in skeletal muscles. तो मतलब first discovered in skeletal muscles, जिसको हम बोलते हैं फ्लाइट मसल्स, उड़ने के लिए जो मसल्स चाहिए. तो इंसेक्ट्स के कुछ मसल्स थे जो उड़ने के लिए जरूरत पड़ते थे. So it was discovered by a gentleman called Kolliker. So that was his name. And Kolliker initially thought that ये जो स्ट्रक्चर है, इनिशियली कोलिकर ने इसको नाम माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया नहीं दिया था. कोलिकर ने सोचा कि ये जो मैंने मसल में डिस्कवर किया है ये शायद सिर्फ मसल में ही होता है. तो इसीलिए माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया को उसने नाम दिया था सार्कोजोम्स. ओके, उसने मसल को ये दिया था सार्कोजोम्स. SOME, सोम comes from the word soma, which means body. So sarcosomes means body in the muscle. Okay, sarcosomes. So इसमें बहुत ज्यादा माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया होता है. स्केलेटल मसल फाइबर में there are a lot of mitochondria. Okay, all right, before we move forward, come on please quickly write with me. We just 1 minute और ये अपने आप फिर बंद हो जाएगा. जल्दी जल्दी लिखिए. Okay, tell me which muscles are voluntary and striated. Okay, second है which muscles are voluntary and non-striated. जैसे ये खत्म होगा, take a 5-minute break, write all these answers and then come back. Okay, so voluntary striated कौन से muscles होते हैं? voluntary non-striated कौन से muscle होते हैं? फिर involuntary striated and involuntary non-striated. दो words को मैंने combine किया है, voluntary involuntary और striated non-striated. तो इसके चार चीजें मिलेंगी. ये चारों का मसल्स बताओ आप. ठीक है, राइट इट. अगर ये सो इन अबाउट 30 seconds ये बंद हो जाएगा. टेक अ 6:30 right now, we'll meet at 6:35. Okay, take a 5-minute break and then join in. Okay.